Hello friends. Hello friends. In this session, we are going to start packages and interfaces practical part 1. Okay. So we will start with a package example with access protection that we have seen in theory part. Now we will create a new Java project called package demo. Now we will create. Now we will not create a dummy packages name with any name. Since this is a particular package example, we will give a particular name to our package. For example, package P1, as in our example, P1 package is created. In that, we will create a class called protection. New class. Protection. It will not have public static void main yet. So only class protection is created. The main statement is package P1. It automatically created. If it is not, you should give it explicitly. Then I will create some variables. Integer n is equal to 1. Then integer n private is equal to 2. Then integer n protected int n protected is equal to 3, and public int n public is equal to 4. So this is the default access one. N is default access one. This is private, this is protected, and public. Now parameterize constructor for this public protection. In this, I print base constructor. I will print n first. N is equal to plus n, then n private, n underscore private is equal to n underscore private, then n protected, n underscore protected is equal to plus n protected, and lastly I print n public variable. N public is equal to plus n public. Now one more class, one more file I create, derive, that will extend this class. New class derive. I finish. In this I write extends protection class. Now derived constructor is here. Derived constructor. Definition is here. Then I print n is equal to plus n. Then I write n private plus n private. Now it will give me error. Why? Because n is a private. It is not visible. I comment out this one. Now I print n protected plus n protected and also n public is equal to n underscore public. So this way I print all the variables. Now I create one more file, same package.java, same package. It will be in same package. Now it is not extending any package, it is an independent file. Okay, so I create constructor same package. Now I write same package protection object. I create protection P is equal to new protection. Now same package constructor is here, same package class constructor. N is equal to P dot N. Since this is a default access one, I can access it. Now I try to access private using object N private is equal to P dot N private. I cannot access this because it is not visible. I have to comment it out here also. Then I try to access N protected, N underscore protected, P dot N protected. I can access this and I try to access also N public, N public, N public. It is also accessible because it is a public. Okay. Now I create, right click on source and I create new package, second package P2. Now I create one more class protection 2. Protection 2. This extends P1 dot protection. Then protection 2 constructor. I will provide it as default access, not public one. Then I print here derived other package constructor and I try to access now default one. N is equal to N. It is giving me error. It is not visible. So it is not accessible. N is default access, but it is accessible through the same package only. So it is not accessible Then I try to access n private. It is also not accessible because it is a private variable. It is giving error. So visibility is not there. Now I try to access and protected is equal to plus and protected. Then and public and underscore public. So these both are accessible over here. Now I create one more file, that is other package.java class other package.java. This is also an independent file, so it is not extending anything or any class. I create constructor for this, default constructor for other package. I create p1 dot protection is p1 dot protection p is equal to new p1 dot protection, object of class protection. Okay, so for this I have to import, and it is imported automatically. P1 dot protection, fully qualified name is provided over here. Then I write other package constructor. Now I try to access variable n plus n. It is giving me error, not visible. Okay, then sorry, I try to access it using p dot n. It is not accessible, it is not visible. Then I try to access n private is equal to p dot n private. It is also not accessible, so I have to comment this. Then I try to access protected, n protected is equal to p dot n protected. It is also not accessible, it is also not visible, so I have to comment this line out. Then I try to access n public is equal to n underscore p dot n public. So it is accessible because it is a private member. I will join back in 5 minutes. Till then, you can understand and learn the code. Now, what we will do, we will create public static void main class. We have to create these two main classes in separate packages. Test file for P1 is created over here with the class demo for P1. In this, I write protection OB1 is equal to new protection. Then derive OB2 is equal to new derive. Same package OB3 is equal to new same package. Also, we create one more file demo for package P2. There are only two files. Now, only two objects need to be created. Protection 2 is object 1 is equal to new protection 2, and other package OB2 object 2 is equal to new other package. Now we will try to run this. We will start with demo. So non-visible items, okay. Okay, non-visible items are not displayed, and all the remaining output is here. Base constructor, derived other package constructor, then base constructor, other package constructor. Now we will run it again. Demo for the package 1. Same package class constructor, base constructor, and derived constructor. So this way we have understood the importance of packages. Now importing packages example we have to see. For that, we will create one example. we will create a project called import package demo. Now I create here one package called my pack. In that I create class balance, which is public. Balance. Now in this class, I created this class as public, so it is accessible outside of the package also. I create two variables, string name, double balance, then public balance. In that string n, comma, double p. Name is equal to n, and balance is equal to b. This constructor is also declared as public. Now we will create the show method, which is also public. Public void show. Then if balance is less than 0, system.out.println, otherwise system.out.println name plus dollar plus balance. Now to access this public class I have declared outside of this package, I directly create a new class outside of this package, new class. Now I create class test balance. With public static void main. In this test balance class, I import my pack.start. So I import entire package here, and I try to access elements balance test is equal to new balance. Then test.show. So now we try to run this project. We will have the output as usual. Okay. So you can access the package elements outside of it using import statement, and to import it, it must be public. Now we will start with the next interesting thing, that is interface. Very much interesting, very much useful thing. Now I have closed this project. I now create a new Java project called interface demo. Okay, so now I create new package for this package for interface demo. I create over here new interface. You can see the I line, create a Java interface. I create interface over here, interface callback that we have seen in our example. In this void callback, void callback, opening, closing, integer, parameter, and semicolon. Now class client implements callback. I provide only one class, one Java file. In that class client implements callback. Now it is compulsory for this class to implement its methods. Now I write it like this, and callback called with parameter. Callback called with parameter. And void non-interface method. Classes that implement interfaces may also define other non-interface members too. Okay, so this way this line is ended, and this is the concatenation operator, and this is used in Java especially for concatenate if one line is not sufficient to completely write the complete sentences, that is string object. You can add, you can specify this plus, and in the new line you can write the remaining string. In this way you can create, concatenate as many string objects as you need. So it is very much easy now and convenient to write, read this line. Now callback, it is the interface reference variable new line. Okay, if I call using callback 42, it will give me callback called with 42. Okay, if I create one more class, another client implements callback. Public void callback. This type structure must exactly match the type signature of your interface. Okay. Now, another version P where is P into right click, and I have to add one more interface reference variable callback C1 is equal to new another client. So it is referring to another client object, so it will call to another client's callback. It's 47, I guess, for example. Now I run. Okay. Today this is wrong. Okay. So I write P into P bracket two two 09. 47 into 47, it is giving me 2209. I accidentally call here C dot callback. I had to call C1 because this is the object. This is the reference variable referring to the object of another client. You can indirectly write it like this. Another client object you can create separately. Another client OB is equal to new another client. Okay, and now this C, instead of this again creating the reference variable, you can create C is equal to pointing to OB, and this C will fall back to 47, and this will give me same output. Okay, after calling this first callback, it will give me this output. Okay. Now we will see the stack example using fixed stack and dynamic stack using this interface. Fixed stack demo using iFace. In that I create package, new package, my package. Then I create here new interface called interface stack. void push integer item and integer pop. Now I create new class fixed stack. If test with public static void main. In that I create class fixed stack. Implements in stack. Now here private int stack array is created. Like way private int top of stack. Then fixed stack int size. I'm providing here int size. Stack is equal to new int of size. This is the initialization part. Then top of stack is equal to -1. Then push an item into the stack like void push int item. Then if top of stack is equal to stack dot length -1. What we have to do? Stack is full. Stack is full. Else stack top of stack plus top of stack is equal to item. Then public int pop if top of stack is less than 0. Stack underflow stack underflow return 0. Else return stack top of stack minus. Rest of the implementation is same. Okay, so now I create fixed stack. My stack 1 is equal to new fixed stack of 5. Then fixed stack my stack 2 is equal to new fixed stack of 8. Now I have to push for int I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus my stack 1 dot push I. Same way for 8 times I push I, then stack in my stack 1 for int I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus out my stack 1 dot pop. Same way, I pop 8 elements stack in my stack 2 8 times my stack 2 dot. Now I run this one. Stack in my stack 1 and stack in my stack 2. Anything is remaining is same, only the difference is what we are creating it using interface. Okay. So in the next session, we will cover the remaining examples, that is variable, growable, stack, and extending interfaces, variables in interfaces. 2 to 3 examples are remaining. So meet you in the next session. Thank you so much.